We just did a review on this car a couple of weeks ago, and it is probably one of the fastest and most fun brushed cars that we have so far. But today we are not talking about a brushed car. This is the brushless version of that car, and I think it's going to be insane. Not only is it brushless, but it also has the aluminum capped oil-filled shocks, metal drive components, shafts, and gears. But I really don't care what the box says. I want to see the real thing. Owner's manual. It's got all your exploded parts diagrams and a list of all the parts that you'll ever need. Stickers. Both your wing options, just like the last one, but they come in white. And the car looks even cooler than it does on the box. Look at that vibrant color difference. Of course, you also get your screwdriver, extra body clips, and your USB charger. Standard remote that you get with all of these. But before we go any further, we have got to get this wing on there. Much better. So just to go over the similarities between this car and this other one that we just talked about, the brushed one, that has proven to be a very durable chassis, and they are definitely identical, so that's a good thing. The shock towers also seem to be identical. It's got the same tread pattern, even though these are dirty, so it's hard to tell. It's the same tread pattern. However, this one has the awesome looking white wheels and spoiler. Plus, I personally think this paint job is much nicer than that one. This one, I believe, was right around 19 miles an hour. There was a little bit of improvement with the LiPo battery. This one, I don't even know. Probably it'll be at least 35. But now to get to the things that are definitely different. We have that beautiful brushless motor. This version still comes with the lithium ions. So like usual, we will do our speed test with the lithium ion and with a similar LiPo. So you can see the difference in ESC and the motor, of course. This one being brushless probably doesn't get quite as hot as that one does. So no need for a heat sink. This looks like the same receiver that comes in those HBX models, and that receiver has proven to be very durable and long lasting. So I'm pretty happy to see this guy in there. You've got your strong, proven HBX chassis with the chassis brace. I'm sure it's a nice, decent servo, just like they tend to use in their other cars as well. Those feel like well-tuned, oil-filled shocks. Yep, definitely beats this one. The brushed model also has the plastic drive cups and drive axles all the way around, and the new brushless one is all metal. Many improvements that I'm really happy to see. So that's it, guys. That's all I got. Nothing more to add. No other real differences to talk about. It's just time to put that body on here, slap the battery in, and take it outside for a run, for a ripping, to see what she's got. Oh, and by the way, I have COVID right now, so if my voice is a little crackly, that's why. Today is Monday. I probably won't be doing the actual run until Friday for that reason. I've pretty much got the whole basement to myself right now. And luckily, that includes my RC workshop. So, time to slam this battery in there, smash the body shell and give this thing a Derby City field test. Remote has 2 speeds. We're gonna put it on high right away. Oh yeah! And remember, this is only with a lithium ion. We will put a LiPo in it in just a minute. Speed test. What we got? 22.1. Yeah, that speed was kind of a letdown. So for that reason, we're also going to do a 3S run on this video, because I was really hoping to see some speed in this one. Backflip. No. Front flip. What? What? Even the brush one did a front flip, didn't it? No, I was wrong. It could not. This one definitely rips through grass better than the brushed one does. Whoa! Oh! Ooh! Oh man! Shock popped off of its ball stud. And if you haven't yet, just gently hit that like button and that subscribe button for us. Nice one. Well, that battery started getting weak on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the lipo in. All right, what we get this time? 22.8. Well, that's upsetting. I don't know, was that any further? I don't think it is. The lipo is barely any faster than the stock battery. Maybe just a hair. Can the 5-year-old handle it? Really more like, can it handle the 5-year-old? Yeah. Okay, 3S battery. We're just gonna do a speed run and 1 or 2 jumps because the body won't even fit on here with it. I've got my XT60 to Dean's plug adapter and an extra Velcro strap with it around the chassis brace. I can just put the speed meter in the battery tray. Oh. Oh boy, the speedometer's not in here. Where did we lose the speedometer, Max? Here it is. 31.0. I want to do that one more time. We got 32.9. Okay, so 32.9 miles an hour. More information on that in a minute. Oh, right on the leg up. So first off, is this an improvement over that brushed version? Yes, it is. But in the speed category, I'm a little disappointed because it was just barely faster. Like 2 miles an hour, maybe 3. And I know that most people who see two different boxes, one that says brushed, one that says brushless, is going to expect it to be a bit more significant of a difference than that. Oddly enough, using the LiPo over the lithium ion did not add any speed. You'll almost always get at least a half mile an hour difference, sometimes as much as 2 or 3 mile an hour difference, just from going to LiPo. And then when we jumped it up to 3S, it wasn't that much faster than the brushed WL Toys version, the 144001, on just a 2S battery. Now with all that being said, it was still an amazingly fun vehicle. The oil-filled shocks are a big improvement over these friction shocks, night and day. So with that, coupled with the metal drive components and the gears inside, do make it a better buy. Plus, you still get that extra 2 or 3 miles an hour. Another thing, though, was how hot this motor got after just one battery pack. This one, being brushless, did not do that. So you do have a more reliable system, because eventually, if you keep running it and running it, this motor's going to fail due to excessive heat. So that is another good thing about brushless. Now, both of these ended up with bent front shock towers. The reason for that is because these really are not made to be jumped. But I almost always try jumping my cars. It's a durability test. This shock end also ended up breaking on us, unfortunately. I was going to swap it out with one of these, but these are non-compatible. Again, you really shouldn't be jumping these to the extent that we were doing today, but I'm going to put a link to both of these down in the description of this video in case you're interested in reading on them or buying one. I do recommend them. They're good. I wish that one was faster, for sure. I still really like this one because this is a great speed for a brushed RC. So I just had it in my mind that this one was going to be a lot faster, but it still performs really well. It handles really well. I would still recommend either one of these depending on your budget. If you can go for the brushless, it still has all the benefits of a brushless, but this was still very fun for being brushed. Now, luckily, we'll be able to compare this soon to the actual WL Toys. They have a really high speed claim on here. This one is actually made to run on 3S, while this one is not. That's why it did that weird, you might have noticed, stall thing during the first 3S speed run. You got to feather the trigger when you run these on 3S because they're not made for 3S. So actually don't do that. So that'll definitely be a fun one to check out. But these come in quite a bit more expensive than either one of these options. And typically these chassis have a lot more durability in them as well, because these are on the same chassis that these 16th scale HBXs are on. And these are fantastic trucks. We've got tons of reviews, upgrades, and modifications on our channel, so check out some of these other videos if you're interested. Thanks for watching.